Hello, welcome to another video. In the last video, we talked about how to look at specific chunks or pieces of data out of a data frame. In this video, we're going to look at how to look at column names, and perhaps even more importantly, how to look at summaries of chunks of data, or how to summarize pieces of data within the data frame. So as always, we will start by loading in Pandas, and then loading in our CSV we've been working with. And now we're going to try dataframe.describe. This is going to give us a lot of information, so let's look through it. So what we have here is for every column, we're going to get the count, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum value, and the maximum value, among some other things. That's what we'll be concerned about first. So we have the count, like how many instances are there in that column, which is going to be the same for all of them. The mean value, the standard deviation, which is how spread out the value is, or the values are in that column, and then the minimum value and the maximum value. So that's a lot of information. We can look at these actually individually for each column. So down here I have data frame of the specific column dot min to get the min value, and I'm printing it out along with this little note about what it's actually doing, and a comma to add a space in and attach these two, if you'll remember. That's that first line. We do that the same thing with the second line, but looking at the max, then looking at the sum of that column, and then looking at the mean of that column, and then the median if that's what we want to do. And I don't necessarily need to print out this last line because it's at the end of our Jupyter Notebook cell, but I'm going to anyway for consistency. So let's look at what that does. So all these numbers look pretty spot on. I mean, they seem legitimate, so it seems to have worked. Next thing we can look at is a very important thing for a data scientist is correlation. So we can look at how related two variables or columns are. So let's look at the hit HP and how that's correlated with the attack. So it's the data frame column dot core, and in the parentheses, the next column that you want to compare it to. So let's look at that. It's going to return us a single number between 0 and 1, which is the correlation, how correlated they are. 9 being very correlated, 0.01 being not so correlated. And we have 0.4, so not too correlated as we would expect. Probably HP and attack aren't super correlated. Next, we can look at the D type. So this is important because for some of these summary statistics, like finding the median, it doesn't really make sense to do that on a categorical variable like the type of Pokemon. You know, if we have a type like fire or grass or water, what does it mean to take the mean of that? It doesn't really make sense. So we can check what type it is to make sure what we're doing makes sense with the D type method, and that's just going to return back to us, not the method, but getting that D type, and that's just going to return back to us what type it is. And we can use a simple conditional statement to check what type it is, see if it's int 64 or not, and it is. HP is integer. So after that, we can start looking at all the column names. So we can just do df.columns to get all the column names. And there we go. This is a pandas series of all the column names. And a series like lists, we can get a particular element out of that list with square braces and an index. So columns of 2 is going to get type 1, the third thing in our series, because it starts at 0. Now, another very important thing we can do that I decided to throw in here was getting the value counts of a particular column. This is good for categorical data, and it's going to return how many times each instance of something in a column appears. So if that's not super clear, we'll look at an example right now. So this is basically telling us how many times did water appear? Well, it appeared 112 times. how many times did normal appear in our column? Well, it appeared 98 times. So this is just counts of how many times, grass appeared, water appeared, other things appeared. And this is a series. So what we can do is get value counts and store it in some variable. I just called it type1 value counts. And then we can use the lock, not the ilock, but the lock function to find where rock is and see what counts it has, because this is the index here. So we're getting the location of rock, its name, and then we'll get the value. That's going to give us 44. Let's check rock. It is in fact 44, so this works. So thanks for making it to the end of the video. Not too long. I hope to see you in the next one and hope this was useful for you. See you around.